Okay, guys, y'all remember I showed this girl on stream before. This girl here, she's
Which one?
Anna. You see orgasm right there, so you know what this is about. So this is so she is Anna is average, but she's a
Oh, that is a name.
yeah, she's some kind of she's a
Wait, what? Engineering smart vibrators?
yeah, so she's a tech girl.
Okay.
She's a tech girl and probably very good math. I know it's a stereotype, but she probably fucking is.
She's probably good at math and in bed.
Yeah, so that right there, if you look at that 87, that's a butt plug, probably.
Oh.
A butt plug design, non-melting so that you have, you know what I mean? Like, she did the size matter. I played one of her videos before, so she's gonna call in around 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could ask her some sexual I want to know a body count. That's what I want to know. And if you watch this, I want to know the fuck your body count is. And I would know if your parents are cool with what you're doing, okay?
Okay, that's a better question, dude.
So I should save the body count for later.
No one gives a fuck about body count.
Yeah, I do.
No.
She's an attractive girl.
You know what? You don't have to worry
like
about anyone else's body count because yours is now stopping.
Yeah, I'm just saying, suppose I fucking like her, I want something more. I want to know, like, how many dudes been there before me?
So you have a death wish or something? Like, crazy.
I'm just saying, she is cute, though. She is cute. Can you see me now?
I can, yeah.
Do I look handsome?
Hi. No. Yes, amazing, stunning.
Do not hype him up.
Am I everything that you thought I would be?
She said don't hype you up, so I take it back.
Okay. Firstly, let me tell you how we found you, okay? We found you because we found you because one of your videos, probably the size matter.
Yeah, I saw that you guys
were eating a fucking cucumber.
Oh.
Are you there? We have a good connection? That's your side, because I think my connection's strong today.
I'm okay too. Is it struggling?
I think it's struggling a little bit. I mean, let me see, hold on. Let me do a speed test on me.
I can do it too.
Yeah, we're solid. We're solid over here. We got a lot of juice. We're juicing.
Don't stop saying things like that.
I'm just saying, what the fuck?
I know. I'm a curious. My piece. I mean, what? Do I have to like censor the way I talk about things, or
no?
No, you could say whatever you want. This is a Christian show.
No, it's.
Sorry, I meant.
Oh, okay. No. I think Christians love to talk about things like this, honestly.
Okay. Now hold on. Let's start. Where did you go to school?
Okay. So I went to UC Berkeley for mechanical engineering. So my background is in mechanical engineering.
Cool.
So you have a mechanical engineering degree?
Yeah. And I worked at Amazon before I started this whole company. I was doing the hardware division. So I was helping build Kindles and anyone remember?
Oh shit. Say that again, because you broke up just now. You helping build Kindles or what else? You broke up just now.
And the Amazon page press technology for the Kindle, and then the dash button, which is not sold anymore, but if anyone used to have it, there were these physical buttons that were for Tide detergent and things like that you could put on your dishwasher, and you could hit it and then it would reorder it from your Amazon.
Okay.
So intense stuff.
Yeah, so these dudes are saying my Riz is shit. My Riz is the shit, homeboy, okay?
Watch your ass. I know about that.
Yeah. By the end of this interview, you can tell us what you think about his Riz.
My Riz good. Okay.
I'm excited.
I'm taken, but I'm just saying, you next. Anyway, look, so okay, so you graduate from UC Berkeley. How the fuck you end up making sex toys?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think I was going to do that. I actually grew up in Korea till I was 7. So I grew up in a very conservative religious family. We never talked about sex growing up. So I was scared of my own body growing up. And I was scared of the idea of masturbating, any of that stuff. But it's kind of funny how life works, I think, in that sense. So I just realized that sex toys are very poorly made. It's historically male dominated. And think about it. We have self-driving cars in San Francisco, but all we have is a motor and a battery for vibrators. So I just felt like we could bring technology into sex toys and just make them the most advanced possible and make it really cool.
Okay.
What inspired you though? Was there like a moment that you're like, I could do this way better?
Yes. So there was actually a founder of a different sex toy company. It was this guy. The company doesn't exist anymore, which is why I feel very confident to roast this company. But
Yes.
I was like, how do you know what you're building works for women? Like, how do you know the toy that you're building? Because you can't test it. And he was like, oh, you put it on your nose and that's what a clitoris feels like. And I remember just being like, what? And then if you go to sex toy conventions to this day, they'll always be like, oh, put the vibration on your nose and that's what a clitoris feels like. And it's just like, I just was like, oh my God, sex toys are so poorly made. I just think I could do such a better job. So that was really, it was him, and I thank him for it. I don't know what he does now, but I have one of his products, which I consider like an antique at this point because they don't make them anymore.
No, that's fair.
Okay, Anna,
Yeah.
next question. What do your parents think about this?
He's very
Honestly,
curious.
so I didn't tell my mom for like a year when I quit my job to start this company because I was so scared. I truly thought she was going to disown me. And then she came to visit one day. She was like, oh, I just want to see how you're doing. And so I was like, okay, I have to tell her. And this was like a year into the company. So I had like, she came to our like co-working desk and I had like all these vibrators like torn down. Like I will buy like a vibrator and I will like break it apart to see what it looks like, how they built it, all that stuff. And so she came and she saw all these vibrators and I was like, oh, I'm like trying to make this biofeedback vibrator that gives you orgasm data. And I'm telling her in Korean, and my Korean is fine, but it's not the best. And she was just really quiet. And then she was like, you know, when I was younger, I used to have a vibrator. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then for the next hour, she told me like, we talked about our sex lives. She asked me when I had sex for the first time. We started sharing all these stories and it was the most beautifully disgusting thing I've ever done with my mom. Cause it's like beautiful that I'm so grateful we had that conversation because that's something I never thought I'd do with my mom. But at the same time, like knowing sex things about your mom is not the most fun thing to know.
She's on your Instagram where you guys in traditional Korean dress, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so that's her. So, but now I've been doing this company for almost 9-10 years. So she's definitely come around to it. I gave her one actually when the first one that came off our factory line. I like flew to LA and I was like, here, mom, like you should have this. I don't know. I don't care if you use it or don't use it, but just know what I'm like doing. And Mother's Day is coming up, everybody.
Okay, what's the name? What's your brand's name?
It's called Lioness. Yeah, so it's like a female lion. Yeah, and then the whole idea is that it gives you orgasm data.
Okay, so if I click on, I see. If I click on the link on your IG, it takes me to Lioness.
Yeah, so that's our website, and it gives you orgasm data. So we've been doing a lot of research on the female orgasm, what things make it better, what makes it worse, a lot of science experiments and all of that. So it's been really fun. I know a lot about the orgasm science world.
Okay, so we have a pretty male-dominated chat, and they always want to talk about like, oh, females X, Y, and Z. Can you give them a few tips from your research or one of the biggest ones that you've collected that might help them if they ever need it?
What?
Okay.
Because they're so perfect.
Sorry, help them to give you an orgasm.
Yes.
So I have a couple. I used to actually have it like cut out like a little research paper because the number one thing is like I get all the time is this going to replace me? Like, I don't want my partner to have a sex toy because I'm here. Like, I don't need that competing. But there's actually research papers that have been done that sex toys are contributors, not competitors. So anyone in a relationship where they feel open and happy that the other person owns a vibrator, they actually have statistically significantly higher satisfaction of sex life and satisfaction in the relationship. Sex toys don't desensitize you. I think that's another big fear. So they're always like, oh, I don't want my partner using it because they get too used to it. So that's actually a really common myth. That's not true. If you stop using it for like a couple weeks or whatever, you'll go totally back to normal. And then what are some fun things? Caffeine is actually one of my favorite things to tell people. Caffeine will help you have stronger orgasms and edging. So I would say if you can help your partner edge, I think that's like the easiest. You don't need anything external. Like edging is like getting really close and then coming off it, getting really close again, coming off it, and then not really letting them get to the O until the very end. And then you'll see like we've seen massive data in like the orgasm looks really crazy and it looks really long. So I would say those are some of my favorite things to tell people.
How do you get the data on a massive long orgasm?
Yeah, so wait, am I allowed to show the vibrator on here?
Oh yeah, we totally.
Sure,
is it gonna get
sure.
okay?
No,
Should I show the half, bottom half? So there's sensors.
Don't worry, we're fine. Go ahead. If we get in trouble, we get in trouble.
There's sensors here. So what we're measuring is how your vagina or pelvic floor muscles squeeze and relax. So that's the best indicators for orgasm. And so
that's
in
the
orgasm,
lioness in your hand right now?
Yeah, this is the lioness. I made this.
Cool.
I engineered this.
You made that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so you'll see like the orgasm data. So basically you're seeing your pelvic floor muscles squeeze and relax, and you see this really unique pattern that happens during orgasm. So that will either change in length of time or like the strength or both. And I always tell people, because people are like, what about for men? And if you put it up your butt, you can 100% get the same data. So everyone can use it.
Hold on now. Let me see if I understand this now. You want me to buy the lioness and put that up my butt?
I'll send you one.
You said big the fucking thing is?
You know what? Send it to him. I'll take it.
It's not that big. Okay, actually, can I tell you one more fun fact about it goes back to like cucumber sizes is one of the biggest things when we tried to make this was figuring out what size we should make the lioness, like what the girth should be, the length of the vibrator should be. And it was crazy. Like we would just literally go around and asking surveys of like, what is the right size, and have all these like 3D printed different sizes, and people are holding them, deciding what size they wanted. And we landed at 4.2 inches. And some people still say like it might feel too big, and some people are like, this is the perfect size. But that's like a big misconception, because I think men always think that women want really, really big sizes, but you'd be surprised in terms of sex toys. Like they tend to choose smaller. And then, the penis size, if you've seen the video, is 5.5 inches is average. So that's a whole thing. So
yeah. You have a boyfriend?
I do. I have a partner. Yeah.
What the fuck is a partner? What does that mean?
It means that
like a significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah, long-term partner.
And is he comfortable with all this?
Totally. He actually helped design a lot of the logo when we first started. This was before we were dating, but he helped actually do a lot of the branding work and all of that. I've definitely dated people in the past who were not comfortable with this, but I think that was the biggest thing I've learned about myself is you have to like get people in your life that are champions and like excited about the things you do and not feel embarrassed. And like, it's cool. Like if someone's like a researcher in female orgasms, like that's a cool thing, I think.
Yeah.
Why are you nervous, guy? You look hella nervous.
No. I'm just wondering. Okay, so let's just say your boyfriend's over, he's doing the dishes. Do you ever like grab a lioness, lube it up, and just no?
I don't. Should I be doing that? I definitely have a lot of different toys out of curiosity of like, just there's so many different things out there. Like there's a open source, it's called the Awesome. It's like an open source sex machine. And so like, you just get curious. So you just buy all these like gadgets and like the latest things coming out, like people send it to you or whatever. So I have a lot of gadgets in the house and I'm always like, this is so interesting. Should somebody try it? And there's like penis measurement tools for nocturnal erections, just like all kinds of crazy shit out there. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's just say you send me a lioness, I have it all lubed up and I'm going in trying to hit something to see how this fucking thing works.
Yeah.
My girl walks in. What do I say?
You say, hey, I'm collecting data on my O's to see what my O data looks like.
Okay, I ain't smart enough to be selling that. Hey, I'm collecting data. She know that's a bullshit fucking lie.
I have a better one. I think men, I don't know if this is a hot take, but especially straight men, I think need to be touching their prostate more because it's it's like a huge pleasure center that people don't often go, and it's in your butt. So I would just be like, hey, I'm exploring my prostate. I think this is something that feels really good.
Could you do this for me?
No, you have a girlfriend. He has.
No, not in a sexual way, a scientific way.
Yeah, scientifically.
Huh? What do you say? Like I could do the show and we could be live and you could just be back there working it out.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
You can't help it.
Like,
well, why are you being
we might not OnlyFans. We're talking about O's right now.
No, I know what I mean.
I might have to sign you up for research because there's research centers where you like go into the research facility and then you masturbate in there and then they like collect that data. So you could do that. That would make it really scientific.
I went to the sperm bank one time, right? And I had to masturbate there. Dude, that was so fucking awkward.
Was
And
it?
I missed the cup by a fucking mile. Shit was all over the floor.
Oh my god.
You know your boy scooped that up, right?
No, you didn't.
Uh-huh.
You're like, oh, I gotta like.
Some
collect it all
baby out
back
there
up.
look like this now. Okay.
Have you seen nowadays? There's like a big thing about sperm racing. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've heard this, but is that a real thing?
I
Because some
think
people say
so.
it's bullshit.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's legit, but it made me think like, damn, we should have like vibrator races too, where people bring vibrators and they like put it down a track and then see which one goes down the fastest or stuff like that.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
like
Both
cool idea.
Wild.
Someone's asking for this research facilities address. Like, if you wanted to be a part of research, how do you go about doing that?
Oh, that's a good question. So I would say a lot of research facilities are defunded, so they're having a hard time. But there was actually Rutgers University in the East Coast. They actually used to do Dr. Nan Wise and Dr. Barry Komisaruk, who I love both very much. They used to do like MRI brain scans while you masturbate. So like you have to wear this like Hannibal Lecter mask because if you've ever been in MRI, you can't move. So they like put you and like they like basically like screwed you down to this thing so your like head can't move, and then they put your head in MRI and then you masturbate, but you can't like you have to make sure you're staying really still. So you can bring a partner if that person's going to help you get to an orgasm. And so you would basically have an orgasm in these MRI machines, and they would like scan your brain. So sometimes they still do those studies. So I might be a good place to start to see if
Can they supply the partner?
No.
Yeah, no. You have to bring your own, unfortunately. Otherwise, you have to use your hand. Because you can't bring a toy in there because it's metal, so it's MRI machines.
Oh right, so you would.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
You free? Like,
No.
no, just for science.
I love that
man.
she's like no to all of
Not no.
Why
I would
would
bring, if I can bring my own partner, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No, but I mean,
it'd be
it's-
fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can do
but
it
I'd
for
help
science.
you.
I'm here to learn more about my body and end up like in a
Exactly what
better
I'm saying.
place than where I started. That's
Yes.
fine. I'm fine with that.
And you can take one couple quick
That's why
strokes.
I'm so happy he like brought you in because I've always had questions.
Oh my God,
since
I
you
love it.
are an expert, we also get into this debate. Obviously, you've answered the question of does size matter, but Sky loves to say that how do you put it? That like if size matters for men, then women like. Also, some of us are smaller, some of us are bigger.
Oh,
I feel like she might have a good idea of like if that's affected too.
Yes. Go
Wait,
ahead.
so sorry,
Let's-
what was the question?
Go ahead, Janessa.
Like, does size matter on women's end too, or no?
Ooh, like you mean for like,
your
women's
your
vagina
vaginal size, yeah.
size?
Because he's always
They're
saying
different sizes, right?
that's his.
So
question.
there are different sizes. It's not well studied, but there are some where they've done like castings of the vaginal walls and seeing like what the size is. So yes, it is different. Even if you're just, I think people know like in sex positions, if you are, whether crossing your legs or whatever, you can also kind of simulate a tighter like vagina, all that stuff. The myth is that it gets looser over time. That's actually absolutely not true. That's not
Really?
true at all. No. And actually, I just learned this too. The lips of the vagina actually will like disappear as you get older. So when you hit menopause, it kind of like goes away, which I didn't know, and that's something new I've learned. The only thing that I know there's a lot of research on is actually the vaginal, the entrance level. The tilt is different, so everyone's angle is very different. So it makes sense in terms of when people are like, oh, like it doesn't fit if I'm in this position, or like if it doesn't fit if I'm like angled this way or the toy is angled this way, and that could be because you're the kind of like the entrance of the vaginal canal. It can be all different tilts, but size less important. And does it get looser? Definitely not true.
Okay, hold on now, because I
It's
can see
elastic.
this chat loaded with dudes going, them motherfuckers get larger, okay? Because
No.
you've given birth to a big-headed baby, okay?
Yes.
This baby head huge, all right? All right?
He's using such nice examples for
had
you.
a
I
big
just
head
want
when
you to
I
know.
was born.
Okay. Not only that, then after you gave birth to this big head baby, you go start your OnlyFans career, and you're trying to outdo Bonnie Blue. I don't know if you know who she is.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
do,
mean?
yeah.
But you're going to break world records, okay? So you're doing 2,000 dudes in a 24-hour period. That fucker's vast. You know what I mean?
Don't look at me.
No,
I'm just
because
saying.
it's elastic.
Talk
That's
to the
like
expert.
saying guys can like tug on their thing like all the time, and then eventually gets longer. And I've never fucking seen that.
No. Hold on. Anna, put it elastic. If you keep stretching, that shit stretches out.
You're literally
Yeah, but it
fighting
comes
with an
right
expert.
back. And I think especially with pelvic floor exercises like Kegels, like it helps kind of keep all of those things together. But the idea of like you shoving thing like a vibrator up and then it like keeps making it looser. It doesn't. It'll always like come back. That's what your body does.
And you get like, if you feel like it stretched it, give it a few days, right?
You feel better now?
Yeah, 100%.
No, I wanted to ask
No, you feel better now?
I think this is more of a Sky learning time.
No, this is Janessa. Oh, I'm so tight. A doctor just told me this shit's tight.
No, it's nice to hear it from someone who has a background in like what she does in her business, her research. A professional opinion.
Yeah, and actually also the thing is, a lot of people actually are too tight. Like when they're doing Kegel exercises, you're supposed to do like a full range, right? Like squeeze and relax, but people only focus on the squeeze because that's what we talk about because they say like tighter is better. But that's how you get like vaginal tightness and then you get pain during sex, like penetrative sex. So sometimes I think people are focused on being too tight and that makes it too painful.
Okay, let me ask you a question for a girl in the chat.
Ask me everything.
She claims that she's very tight, and so whenever she does vaginal sex, it really hurts, right?
Yes.
And it's bleeding and it tears. What could she do to loosen that shit up?
Yeah, so that's like the thing that I would say is actually something that a lot of women struggle with that we don't talk about enough. I would actually really focus on doing Kegels from a full range. And you can do that if you can find a pelvic floor therapist. They will actually teach you, because the best way a pelvic floor therapist described it to me is like, say you're doing bicep curls. This is for the dudes, I guess, because whatever, like muscle people. Like, it's basically if you're doing Kegels and you're just doing this, like that's not a full range, right? You have to go full extend and then go back. So Kegels, if you're doing it correctly, you would also be fully relaxing and then doing that strength. So that's really important. And then also like vibration just on the entry of the vaginal opening and like really massaging that area out actually would help a lot. So whether you can do that with a partner or with a toy that's only for like that entry point and really massaging that place out could help a lot. Those are two of the biggest things.
Okay?
Cool.
Yeah.
She's in chat. Okay.
I love it.
Cool.
Okay. I have one more question.
Yes.
If someone was going to go buy a toy and it was their first time or something, what's some of the ones that maybe are from doing this so long, or you're like, you would go with this one or this one? Like, what are your tops?
That's a great question. I would always recommend a bullet toy. Like, I think penetrative toys are awesome, but I'm gonna guess most women know like the clitoris is your number one kind of point that's gonna be your pleasure point. So bullet toys are easy just because it doesn't require like extra lubricant. It doesn't require penetrative whatever. It's just for like clitoral stimulation. And I think what's been really hot is the suction toys. Like the Rose is I think the one that everyone loves to talk about.
It's the one I see all over social media.
I know, I do too. And I personally think it's not shaped well enough to do like a really nice suction, but there are some suction toys I think are really great. So suction toys, bullet toys, and then I always think there's a really cool one. It's called the N-Joy. It's the letter N and then Joy. It looks really scary. If anyone Googles it, it looks scary because it's going to be like this. It's all stainless steel. It's like a bulb and then a huge C curve and then another big bulb. But if anyone's really interested in like G-spot stimulation or learning how to squirt, like I think that is the most anatomically well-made thing, and it's not vibrating or anything. It's just like a stainless steel. N-Joy, the letter N-Joy.
Okay.
He's like looking it up.
It looks crazy. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out, and it's good, not bad.
Yeah, and you can also put that in your butt, Sky. That one's also really too for the butt.
You can come back whenever you'd like.
Okay, hold on. So this girl's asking me a question to ask you. She said, if you've been celibate for a couple of years or more and don't masturbate, when you finally do decide to have sex, will it be painful? It's probably a yes, right?
It totally depends. I would say it's such a mixture of your mental, your emotional, and your physical. So it depends. Like I would say some people, if you don't really like feel super comfortable with them, like you might be having more like tense and vaginal tightness. I think a lot of people talk about lubrication is also a big one. So lubrication can be maybe more difficult or whatever the case is. So I think it depends, but I would say not necessarily.
Okay.
I see.
Depends on the person.
I think I have a sex toy here somewhere. Just some male sex
Really?
toy.
His sex toy.
No, I mean, just was sent to me
I bet
somewhere.
he secretly his whole drawer is in. He's just acting like I've never seen a toy in my life.
Please, he said
Have you seen this one?
never done anything freaky.
Let me see.
This is Holy shit!
Ah, that looks like a rose. I
Is
feel like
this
it's
a
what I'm
rose?
looking at.
I feel like this is a rose.
Yeah, this is a
it's like a
cyclone
male
blowjob.
rose?
Something, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
don't
cool.
take it out of the box right now.
It looks
I'm not
used.
saying I've
I'm
used
just
it
saying-
before.
I know.
It looks like the box has been opened before.
That was bigger than I expected. I did not expect.
Hold on.
Don't turn it on, Sky.
Yeah, those are really. There's some cool male toys. I think that people should give more chance.
That's
Yeah, that's
fair.
fun. It
feel like
looks
female
like
toys
it
are
was
what
charged
people-
before.
What are you doing?
Oh shit! Gotta charge this up. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been used enough that the battery's been dead.
No, this hasn't been used.
Obviously, we know now why he was asking if his girlfriend walks in again, what he should say.
Like, what do I say?
Yeah, it's happened once.
I would be like, hey, there's this research paper that shows that if your partner is okay with sex toys, it's better sexual satisfaction in life.
I think that makes sense. It's a journey you got to take together.
No, Brittany, that thing have different speeds.
I bet. Yeah, dude, actually, there's been some really cool. I've been to a couple sex toy conventions, and like the male sex toy, I would almost say is sometimes more taboo, but there's some really cool innovations in that space.
That's
I've seen
When
some.
are you gonna
I've
make
seen
a
some
male
things.
sex toy?
Oh man, I've thought about it honestly, but I'm interested in like the pelvic floor contraction data, and you need to put it in your butt or your vagina in order to get that. But I think men could totally use that, so I'm gonna go there first before I go anywhere near the peen.
So,
That's fair.
so you have to test these toys.
Yeah, 100%. Like when we first started, we were making all these different prototypes, and some were handmade. We were like hand casting silicone. The amount of things we've had to test that I'm like, that's really bold of us to have really gone the distance to do that. It's been crazy. But also we used to have like a beta testing list, and we were really scared that we weren't going to get enough people to try it. But you'd be shocked how many people are like, oh, I'm so down to try it if you just give me one. So
Fair.
yeah, it's been actually shockingly easy. And we've had some really, like, we've had ones where you have to like bring your laptop and like plug it in and leave it plugged in so that the data is going into your laptop. There's been some really crazy toys that we've had to try.
Well, we thank everyone who was willing to do that, though.
How many
know.
people actually work with you?
So our team is small. We're 5 people. And then we have a couple contractors. But yeah, we're a small team.
Okay.
Hey, you're getting somewhere.
So what would be you blowing up would be like what? What would that look like?
What,
Your-
in terms of like the company?
Yeah, you would be like in what, every sex shop or something like that, or like.
My dream is to like not actually be in sex shops, but like regular stores. Like,
okay.
Brookstones is less relevant now, but like if you could be in a Nordstrom or like just normal places where you just walk by and you're like, oh, that's cool. Or like a Best Buy and being like, oh, that's cool.
How's that supposed to work?
I just think it'd be so like I think the biggest thing that I always have is like, dude, this is really high tech. Like this is as like on the level of when Fitbits were coming out, Oura Rings, like all this stuff. Like why isn't it considered technology? So I would love to see it in like shops where you just kind of walk by and you're like, oh, that's fucking cool, and then like being able to buy it. So I would say that would be my dream, and like being able to like talk about sex science stuff without having to get banned on Instagram and TikTok all the time for using certain
So
words.
you've been banned multiple times.
Yeah, how does that work?
I've been blocked a lot of just like I'll say like sex toy or like vibrator, I'll get blocked. If I say word orgasm, I get blocked. It's crazy.
So you've
social
had to
media's
come up with your own vocabulary almost when you put your
Yeah.
videos up.
And then people get mad because they're like, why are you saying it like that? Like, even the cucumber video, because they're like, why can't you just call it a penis? And I was like, literally, I will get banned. Like, I'm not doing it because I want to, but
You on Twitter,
cucumbers
right?
are funny. I don't have a Twitter. I do have one, but I'm not active at all. But I've heard that's like maybe the right place for me to be. I actually
Yeah,
thought about
because
just posting it on like Pornhub.
Honestly,
That Pornhub as well. Okay, you can post your videos to Pornhub as well because there are girls who do that. There's
maybe I should do that.
there's actually like an AI scientist who does Pornhub videos. She wears something sexy, but she doesn't do porn. You know,
But
and
she's,
her
like,
stuff's
teaching.
on there. Yeah. Her name is we covered her before. Dar something, DAR. She's Indian
That's
or something
cool.
like that. So she does that, and then obviously Twitter's the wild, wild west. You know, you could do whatever.
I know.
Twitter is the wild,
wild west.
wild
So you
west.
should definitely be on there. You know what I mean?
But I actually feel very mild for Twitter. Like my stuff is like mild for Twitter, but like too spicy for Instagram is like the way that I've seen it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, no. Twitter's a good place for you to be.
With your videos
Not
blowing
even
up,
sure.
though, there's obviously an interest there
Yeah.
because otherwise,
Yeah.
why would they not? So you're answering some call that people might not be saying out loud.
And you can
That's
speak
true.
more freely on Twitter.
Yeah, and I think people just like the way that it started was I was just posting my own orgasm data. Like it's not even sexual, it's like graphs, and I'd be like, this is what it looks like, and then when I get high, this is what it looks like, and what I've learned from it. And then people were just like mind blown by that, and that's how it really just like started. People being like, well, can you try this? Like what happens? Like what does your O data look like if you do this and X, Y, and Z? And so it's been kind of fun. Like I'm surprised so many people were so interested in it. So it's just been like, I'm just gonna talk about all things that I've learned in like the world of sex science that I think we don't talk about enough.
Let me ask you about marijuana. Do you ever use marijuana?
Yeah. So actually, so when we first started doing Lioness, I wasn't like doing social media or anything, but I wrote a Medium blog because I was just like, maybe I should talk about my experience. And I wrote one that said, I tried weed lube and it was the best orgasm, the longest orgasm I've ever had, and I have data to prove it. And I didn't think that article was going to go anywhere. I just wrote about using weed lube because then I was like talking about how it makes your vagina high, and then I was showing my orgasm data because it made it like the orgasm was like 2 minutes long. It was super intense. And then somebody on Reddit had posted it on like a subreddit, and then all of a sudden it was like on the front page of Medium's like health section, and it just like blew up, and I was like, I cannot believe that the one thing I have gone viral for is me talking about using weed lube, and then also just like my orgasm data, and I was like freaked out. But yeah, so my love has always come from like, I always tell people, so if caffeine edging is like the easy accessible ones, but I always say like, we've seen time and time and again, like weed will make your orgasms look so uniquely powerful and different. Like it's my number one recommendation if you're in a place that's legal to do.
Yeah, because I know like if I'm
Easy to
high,
know.
the
Yeah.
orgasm is some fucking
It's
deadly
like deep.
shit. Yeah, I
But
gotta
then
be super
also
high, though.
weed lube,
Yeah.
like it makes
Weed
not
lube.
your
I never
brain
use weed
high.
lube. Have you used weed lube?
No, but I'm
Do you
not
even
opposed to
use
it.
lube?
Okay, that's
Okay, never mind. Okay, she doesn't like to talk.
Like it doesn't make your brain high, but it makes your vagina high. And I always tell people like it's such an interesting thing to try.
As a female, that sounds interesting to hear because I smoke. I'm here for that
Yeah.
part, but okay, so that's very intriguing. I'm not going to say I would never try it. Like I would now.
Yeah. See, we got to go offline and just talk
Why
to
you
you and
looking
you.
like that? I'm trying to help your sex life, motherfucker.
No, yeah. Thank you for bringing it up.
Okay, so I gotta get some weed lube. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you're never gonna make a male tool, so I have to
Never say
scratch
never,
my
but,
prostate with the lioness. Okay.
Yeah, prostate.
And
you
also
need lube
drink
for
a bunch of
that.
caffeine. Okay.
Caffeine's good. I think caffeine gives like a very like short and intense orgasm. I'm a huge fan. I always say like maybe morning sex is better.
Cool. Okay, so you offered to send me a freaking lioness,
Yeah,
all right?
I'll send you one too if you want, Janessa.
Okay.
What it like?
so
yeah.
I can
gonna
give
say
you
no.
I can give you my address.
Okay, please
Guys, I'm
do.
not gonna put it in my butt, I promise.
Oh, how fun? Okay, hear me out. I think it'd be really cool if you show your O data, and then I'll show
Yeah.
my O data, and then we can see how similar or different it is. It'll be just
Oh,
graphs.
this will be recording my data.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm curious. I want to know.
yeah.
I do. I think that would be fun.
How fun would that be? We can share data to each other. Be like, look at my O data. This is my O data.
Okay.
No, it's-
Okay. I just text you my
Okay.
mailing address.
Perfect.
I just text you my mailing address. Okay. Please sign the box for me if you can. If not, it doesn't matter.
He's gonna hang it on the wall.
Or maybe she should
Okay, okay.
actually sign the line and say, "Why is there a girl named Anna hanging on your ass?"
Oh my god. No.
Mind your business now. Okay.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited for you. I'm
The
gonna be like,
lioness,
where are we on this?
homeboy. The lioness.
And where
Get your
are we
girl
on
a
this O
lioness.
data? Yeah, it's a great toy.
And make sure
it's
you guys go give Anna a follow too.
Yeah,
because-
please follow
Oh,
Anna.
that'd be
So
so
it's connected
nice.
to my phone. I have a name in front of her.
Yeah.
So it's connected to my phone then?
Yeah, so there's going to be an app that goes with it, and then you pair it to your phone, and then you're going to get like cool orgasm data. And then we have experiments going on every month. So, for example, I can show you. So, like, my data is all in here, and then you'll see like data like this. That's my orgasm data right there.
That's really
Jesus
cool.
Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's right there on your phone. You're on your phone anyway. You might as well have something helpful there.
Anna, you use
there's
this
a
thing
little-
every day?
You know what? Okay, actually, so last year I did, because I was curious. I hired a data analyst, and I masturbated every day for 30 days, and I collected all that data, and then I wrote all my notes, how aroused I was, like how did my mood feel, all these things, and then I had her do a data analysis on what we learned from that 30-day trend. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And then I was like, man, I can't believe this is my job. But there's days that you don't want to do it. But then I was like, I got to do it because I'm doing this 30-day thing. So I'm hopefully trying to do it again this year. I just need to find a month where I'm like really mentally prepared to do that.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please go follow Anna on IG. Anna is average. Buy a fucking lioness, okay? For yourself or for your girl. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That'd be so
Buy it for
nice.
yourself. But you can lie.
And Sky will be using it too, so it's like we're all connected.
Yes, our data connects us.
Yes, I will, all right?
Amazing.
Anna, thank you so much, and let's stay in touch, man. You're a friend of the show now, so you have to come back later on and tell us what's going on.
Anytime.
Hold on. Okay, you were one of the top 30 under 30, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
So this was from the Amazon stuff, or this from the Lioness stuff?
It's from the Lioness stuff, which is even cooler because I didn't think it was going to be like, I didn't think they would like be excited about a sex toy engineer, but yeah, it was really cool to have gotten that.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I'll be
Okay,
sending
yeah.
2 lionesses, okay? And then
Thank
you guys do
you. And we will
Yes.
definitely show it on the show. You know what I mean? You can use it on the show if you
Yay.
want. You'd let us know. Go in the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
just-
We'll
No,
talk
I want to
about the
see Sky's
details.
data. I want to see Sky's data. I want it in the prostate. I want to see that, and I'll know if you faked it. So I want to see that.
Yes.
How would you know?
God,
How would you know if I faked it?
Because I've looked at orgasm
She's
data my entire life. I know what it
10
looks like.
years. 10 years of
Yeah.
research almost. Yeah.
When
So
Tipsy
I'm on to
Bartender
you.
got pegged by Anna. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then I'll come back on the show and I'll like analyze the data for you and your audience. Like it'll be great.
Yeah, but why does they think I'm gay? I mean, they already think I'm
Whatever,
gay.
it's fine.
No.
You're just confirming it. He's confirming it.
It's fine. Maybe
Thank
you'll
you,
encourage
Anna.
more people. Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'll come back anytime.
Okay, all right, bye. Holy shit.
That was one of my most favorite things we've ever done on this show. Like, that was cool.
Hey, I don't want one of y'all motherfuckers breaking in here stealing my
we
fucking
do have
little
to
masturbation
talk about
shit,
this,
okay?
though. We do have to talk about that.
What?
So you didn't use it, but someone said in the chat, why is it not in plastic like it's new or something?
Because I had to open it and see what the fuck it
Yo, this
did.
man also put that on his face while he
That's like I can tell you the fucking thing clean.
Crazy man.
The thing clean. It's clean.
fucking psycho.
Okay, hold on. How did that show up here? Okay, firstly, let me tell you how this fucking thing happened. I was scrolling Twitter one day, right?
Yeah.
And I see this fucking spinning thing on a cucumber because they have to advertise in weird ways. They can't advertise sex toys to anything,
On a
right?
cucumber,
So I'm
okay.
like, what the fuck is this, dude? You know what I mean? And they're like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I look at the comments because the shit was viral, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me get one, okay? Let me buy one. And so it comes in the mail. And Emma opening up the package because it fucking say Tipsy Bartender, right? She's like, what is this? And I'm like, this is a show.
This is for the show. This is so I can smack myself in the face or
Yeah,
whatever.
so I just had it like,
you
just playing with it. But it's interesting.
I mean, I'm glad you know what? There's no shame if we've learned anything in having a sex toy. You're allowed to have them too.
Yeah, I mean-
Gentlemen, go out and buy one.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Don't you want to know how you can know?
It is what it is, you know? It is what it is.